Hey there, welcome to Play Noggin. I'm Julian, your brain's player 2. October is the spookiest month, and Friday the 13th is the spookiest day. And this year, there was a Friday the 13th in October. To celebrate this spooktacular occasion, we spent the day running from everyone's favorite maniac in a hockey mask besides Patrick Waugh, Jason Voorhees, as he ruthlessly murdered underpaid and oversexed teenage camp counselors in Friday the 13th, the game. While we were cowering under the bed and listening to our coworkers get gruesomely disemboweled, we wondered, could Jason kill you without touching you? Could the fear alone be enough to end your life? Could you literally be scared to death? Being scared to death would be pretty inconvenient for you in this asymmetrical multiplayer. If someone dropped dead when they heard the sound effect every time Jason was lurking around the corner, that would make escaping the camp a bit tricky. And if looks could kill, then Jason could just take off the mask and win every round. Oh Lord, put it back on, Jason. Some counselors with low composure stats like Chad have a tendency to go into stupid panicked frenzies when Jason is near, leading them to do something dumb like scream and give away their hiding place to a very murderous Jason. Chad. But fear itself doesn't kill them outright. It's just an indirect contributor. In real life, it's a scarier story. In the real world, people can and do die of fright. We can be killed by our own fight or flight response, that automatic reaction by our autonomic nervous system to kick us into overdrive. We did an overview of how the fight or flight response works exactly and why it gives you an adrenaline rush when you play PUBG. All you really need to know is the fight or flight response is what makes your pupils dilate, your hair stand on end, and your heart race when you sense danger. It's your body's way of giving you the best chance for survival if you've been hooking up with other counselors at Camp Crystal Lake. Sometimes, though, it can work a little too well and overwhelm your heart. Ironically, the very reaction meant to keep you alive kills you dead. To understand this, it helps to know how the heart works. Your heart has 4 chambers, 9 times less than the Wu-Tang Clan. Up top are 2 atria, and down below are 2 ventricles. Oxygen-poor blood your body has used up enters your right atrium, which contracts and pushes it to the right ventricle below. The right ventricle then squeezes that blood into your lungs, where it picks up oxygen and heads back into your left atrium. The left atrium pumps the blood into the left ventricle, and with a big squeeze, the ventricle sends the oxygen-rich blood out to the rest of your body, ready to help power whatever functions need to be done, like running away screaming from an unkillable mother-loving zombie with a machete, or whatever. The atria beat together and the ventricles beat together in that 1-2 pitter-patter you know so well. Just like on the dance floor, keeping that rhythm is essential to survival. Your heart naturally keeps that rhythm on its own thanks to specialized cell in the sinoatrial node, located in the right atrium. Like nerve cells in your brain, these specialized cells use an electrochemical process to do this. They fire when charged atoms called ions travel into or out of the cell and depolarize them, meaning the difference between the positive and negative charges on either side of the cell membrane is reduced. But unlike nerve cells, these cells in your atrium let positive ions slowly leak in, causing them to fire on their own at regular intervals. Then the cells pump the ions back across the membrane and the whole thing starts over again. In the sinoatrial node, the ion most responsible for this depolarization is calcium, which travels across the membrane relatively slowly compared to other ions that other cells use, like sodium. The sinoatrial node firing causes the atriums to contract. While they're doing that, the signal is passed on through the atrioventricular node, which gives it a slight delay. From there, it travels along the bundle of His to the ventricles, where the signal is dispersed to the heart's muscle cells through millions of small fibers called the Purkinje fibers. So the sinoatrial node is the key to the whole blood pumping and staying alive operation, and calcium ions are what make the sinoatrial node fire rhythmically like it's supposed to. But when you're really scared, everything can go out of whack. Adrenaline can hold those calcium ion channels open, flooding the cells. To reset and send another signal, they need to clear the calcium, but they can't. Instead of nailing the timing like a salsa dancer, your heart sputters and flails about without any coordination, like me, salsa dancing. When the ventricles are unsynchronized, it's known as ventricular fibrillation, and it's the most serious cardiac rhythm disturbance. You probably know it as a heart attack, and it can make you drop dead. Worst of all, you don't have to be a 95-year-old chain smoker to die of fear. It could happen to anyone, even young, horny teenage camp counselors. If you are unhealthy, though, you are at a higher risk for heart attack. Arteries that have a 50% blockage from a buildup of plaque from fat, cholesterol, and calcium might go unnoticed your entire life. But in an extreme situation, some of that plaque can get dislodged and block up an artery completely. So be sure to get some exercise when you're not gaming. Try running around. I find being chased by a 7-foot-tall man with a machete really motivates me. Before the fear of fear kills you and I'm named in the lawsuit, let me assure you that while it does happen, it's very, very rare. Okay, now let me scare you again. You can drop dead from more than just fear. The same thing could happen when you experience extreme joy, like the lifelong golfer who hit a hole-in-one, turned to his friend and said, "I can die now," and promptly did. That is a true story. Or you can die watching your favorite sports team. Studies have found the rate of heart attacks goes up in countries hosting the World Cup when the home team is playing. It can even happen when you think you're most safe, enjoying the pleasures of the flesh with other camp counselors. See guys, Jason was just trying to save you from yourself. Or I guess kill you before you could kill yourself. What a guy. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like what we do, go ahead and subscribe. If Jason does get a hold of you and borrows a limb for his shrine, you might be able to grow it back someday. Check out our Resident Evil 7 episode on regenerative medicine here. And don't forget to keep on playing. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, for the love of God, keep on playing.